All right. Extremely rare. Today, we have a very, very special guest. Chicago's own, your wifey's favorite DJ. Introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? I'm King Inesse, your favorite motherfucking DJ
From
from the one and only Chi-Town, baby.
exactly. Let's just first of all, thank you for coming. She came all the way out here just for
For
us.
having me.
I appreciate it. Let's get into it though. So like let's get you what's your upbringing like, where you're from? We'll start there.
All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory, a little history on me, okay? So I'm a Chi-Town baby, born and raised, big 773. I'm like a northwest side, I kind of live most parts all over the city of Chicago. I grew up in kind of just a very diverse, like a culturally diverse environment. So I think that played a really big role in just like pretty much my lifestyle in terms of music and fashion and everything that I surround myself with. I'm really thankful that I got to grow up in such a diverse part of Chicago because I got to experience a little bit of everything. I got to take in culture from so many different people and so many different experiences. So like I'm super thankful for that, for my upbringing. And just really thankful for my mom. I grew up with a single mom and she let me really be myself and experience everything as a child, everything through high school. So I really was able to find my way through life very easily, very comfortably. I've always known what I wanted to do and like kind of like my place in life. I've always known who I was and what I wanted to do.
What an origin story. I was like, they ain't take no breaks to that entire thing. Okay, I mean, and that's what we like to hear. So but also too, like, how did the DJ stuff, how did the love of the music and things that I mean, obviously there's a lot of fathoms to that because you do a lot of different stuff, but kind of get into that too because
Absolutely.
you're the best.
Absolutely. We the best.
Man, man, man.
So DJing music always been up there for me. One of my favorite things in the fucking world, as a lot of people would say. And just like I said, being in such a culturally diverse environment, growing up in culturally diverse neighborhoods, I got to take in a lot of that, music being one. So like growing up, I was listening to everything like R&B, rap, hip hop, pop music, and pop of the fucking peak of pop, like Britney
Britney Spears.
Spears, like Lady Gaga, like Katy Perry, that prime.
What's your
of
favorite
pop.
Lady Gaga song?
That's
Dead-
a good
dead ass.
question. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Bad Romance got it. Oh, like somebody else would say Poker Face, but I'm gonna say Bad Romance.
I mean, okay.
Oh
okay.
wait, I take it back. I take it back. Paparazzi. Oh God, it's
Really?
paparazzi. Oh God.
Okay, I mean, okay, that's not
It's
rap because it was a
paparazzi.
breakout song. What's the
For
breakout
sure.
song? No, you're not wrong.
Paparazzi. Yeah.
That was it for you.
Yeah.
That's what was like. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, you were saying though. My bad. I just had to know.
No, that's a good question, though.
No one names Lady Gaga for shit. So that's why I was like,
Because Lady Gaga
I'm
really did her thing in that era.
She paved the way for a lot of people.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? Even though everybody thought she was a guy, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Shout out to Lady Gaga.
Shout
though.
out Lady Gaga for real. That's
You
an
know what I mean?
icon. That's an icon
Man,
right there.
ain't lying, but you were saying.
So yeah, music, that's always been what I surrounded myself with. My friends growing up, we always been into like I was heavily influenced by music at a very young age. So like I grew up off Wayne and Drake and Nicki and Jay-Z,
Cultured.
Kanye, like
Cultured.
super hard. Like my mom, she's like the person who put me on with Jay-Z and Kanye. Like
Cultured.
that's the first time I ever heard Jay-Z was my mom.
Shout
Like,
out to your
shout
mother.
out my mama.
Shout out your
She knew
mom.
how she was coming.
Mother Inesse is out there going crazy.
Okay, Mama King.
Man.
So at a young age, I was already very like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I know I want to be in the music industry, but I didn't know exactly this. And I'm talking like 5th grade.
Yeah.
So this is the conversations I would be having with my homies. Like, okay, we gotta get rich. We gotta get to it. But how we gonna do it?
You went
And one of my close friends, he was writing raps and shit. 5th grade, like we talking about making beats and making songs and shit. Oh my God, this is so cringy. But
Can't wait.
in some way, I'm like, okay, let me try being a singer, right?
Oh.
Singer and dancer.
You was really
So
trying
I
to be Britney
had a
Spears.
little band in 5th grade. I had a girl group.
What was it called?
Oh my God.
What was it called?
This is so embarrassing.
What was it called?
I feel like somebody gonna search it up on YouTube and find it.
I'm going to after this. You might as well just tell us what it is now.
Oh my God.
Come on.
It's called 50 Miles, y'all.
Why does that?
Because it was 5 of us, and I was gonna call it like 5 miles. My mind back then,
But-
I was in 5th grade.
But why
guys.
does that sound like
In
a?
5th grade.
That sounds like a G Unit album.
Why would he do me like that?
What? It sounds like a.
So I'm thinking, okay, I riled up a group of my girls. I'm like, okay, y'all, we gonna have a girl band. We gonna have to do something. So we over here doing the school talent shows, by any means necessary.
Wait, y'all had your own songs?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, y'all was going dumb.
I was writing songs, like I'm telling you, I had a plan. I just needed the platform.
You were going dumb. Okay, 50 Mile was going platinum in the streets. 50 Mile
The
was
whole
going,
school, the whole middle school.
the
knew
whole
me.
middle school knew who 50 Mile was.
Bro.
You had 50 Mile shirts? Yeah, that lighter is done.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, we
Yeah.
good, we good. So,
Quick smoke break.
you know what I'm saying?
Somebody sponsor us.
Backwoods.
Holla.
Backwoods one day, manifesting it.
Man, so you're saying?
So pretty much that's really how I knew. I'm like, okay, I gotta do this shit some way, somehow. And honestly, ever since I was a kid, it was always that. It was me making dances and doing fashion shows in my house and throwing sleepovers with my girls so we can like just anything that made me feel like a performer. I just knew I love performing in school. Like I would do every talent show, every show. I would I loved being on stage. I just, as a kid, even my mom, I have so many old videos and pictures of me like in the school assemblies, and like I just knew I felt comfortable being on stage. I felt comfortable performing. I was doing plays.
It came natural.
All of that shit. I never felt nervousness from being on stage at a young age. Mm-hmm. So that's when I already knew like, yeah, this is for me. This is for me. And then the older I got, it kind of started like with, oh, Inesse always has the aux. Oh, Inesse is making the playlist for everybody. Oh, Inesse is playing the music at the parties. Then it started with me being like a house party DJ. So I'm playing all the music at the house parties in high school. Then it started with me at prom. I'm the one who made the whole playlist for the prom playlist.
That's
and then
OD.
it just kept escalating. Then I got to college and I went to UIC. So that's University of Illinois in Chicago. And I was like, Chicago. So I started my freshman year there and I'm like, oh, they had UIC radio. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna learn how to DJ. I'm gonna be a DJ on there. I'm gonna have a blog. So I had a fashion blog the first year I was in college, and I was doing that. And I'm like, yeah, I fuck with this. Like, this is something I would do.
Natural as well.
And then soon into it, I kind of realized I fuck with this, but college in itself, I didn't really fuck with. Like, I kind of felt out of place in a way.
A lot of people do though. Like, you know what I'm saying? The school route isn't for a lot of people, but I feel like, not to say we owe it to ourselves to give it a shot, but I feel like if you're in a position to go, see how it goes, see how it works out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never like a bad thing though, but people be shaming people for not going to college. And that's OD.
That's wrong.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
like,
I
come
agree.
on
I
now,
don't
like-
think there's anything wrong with not going to college. And college was something I looked forward to and I wanted to try because I've always been good in school. Like, I never really had a hard time in school. My grades were always good. College, even my grades were good in college, but it's like, it's not even about that. I just didn't feel happy there.
Yeah, no, it's just not. It doesn't feel like home. It doesn't feel like anything you've done before. And I mean, that's to go without saying with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a new experience. It's new surroundings. It's, you know, it's not high school anymore. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to roll with the punches. But I can see. I mean, I think I went for like 2 years, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, literally same.
This is
By
it.
my second year, I was like,
clipped it. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'll be all right. I try. You know, they got YouTube for a reason. They got YouTube for a reason.
I was sitting in class like, what can I learn here that I can't learn outside in the streets?
Come on. I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? I feel like you got to be a self-starter though too.
You got to.
You know what I mean?
If you don't believe in yourself first, no one's gonna do it. And that's what I told myself. I'm like, fuck it. Let me take a break off school. Let me put my all in into what I feel like I should be doing right now and see where it takes me. If it don't work out, I could go back to college anytime. Like,
exactly. I mean, I feel like you got to give your dream a shot first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just see how, you know what I mean? Because I mean, this 60-year-olds going back to school type shit. When I was in school, there was some old people in college. I was like in these classes.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I know, like, you know, it's kind of sucks, you know, so it's kind of, you know, whatever. But I don't shame nobody for trying to get their education. I mean, shit, you got to do what you got to do, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
That's P.
No, for real. But I mean, shit, I just think it's very important to, to at least try to expand your knowledge in every way, shape, or form. No matter if it's college or it's YouTube University, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But anyway, you were saying so you were doing the radio thing and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much where you got to start at, where it's
Yeah.
like, okay,
That's where I got the little touch for it, the little feel for it. I'm like, yeah,
you
I
dig.
like this. I had no idea what I was doing, but
That's
I was gonna figure it
But that's
out.
the point. I feel like no one knows if you like it, you gotta explore it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see how it goes, see how it works. And then, you know what I'm saying? Same shit with anything else that anybody else does. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go to school for it, there was a time where you didn't know what
Mm-hmm.
you were doing, at least for a month.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What was like the first show you did?
Oh my God. So
How was that?
okay, I did an event and I did a show. It's two different things.
Ooh,
You
tell
want
us
to
the
hit this
difference.
off camera moment? You want to hit that? Shout out my stylist, Argo
Patch.
773.
Patches the
We're gonna need a quick cameo for my girl.
We're gonna get in here real quick.
But so this was like 2019, my first show. Well, my first event. I did this little like Day of the Dead party, and it was so dry. Mostly the people that only pulled up was my homies, and it was the first time I was ever DJing ever live in front of a crowd ever. So
I mean,
so many of my homies came through. When I'm telling you that whole little spot, it was actually in the basement of a skate shop called Uprise.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, on the south side of Chicago. Nice little low-key skate shop venue. We had that party down there. I'm telling you, the whole basement was just my homies. Then when my set ended, everyone and we were all
everybody
like,
just left. I mean, but you did it though.
But no, listen, here's the funniest part. I had a controller the size of this, this tiny. I ordered online like a few weeks before that. And I was like, because mind you, at this point, I was living comfortably. I wasn't living like making the money I make now,
Yeah.
So I ordered the tiniest, cheapest controller I could find.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm going to teach myself the basics of this shit. Whatever, spent weeks practicing, like long nights, just learning my way around that shit. And that was my first set.
Hours.
Literally off this teeny ass fucking controller. I saw pictures of me with that little ass controller. I started cracking up. I'm like, bro. But it's so cute. It's so cute, right? Because it's like, damn, I never expected myself to like learn and grow so much from like that day. So that was the first set I ever did. And then that same like 2 weeks later after that, I had an actual show. My girl had a release party for her album. And she had me on the lineup and one of my other homies on the lineup. Shout out Ken Retro. That's my boy. That's another DJ from Chicago. He's one of the broskies. We be doing our thing together. We've done some events together and we be shaking shit up. So that's actually like my first real show. We packed that bitch out. It was like this bar space in Wrigley in Chicago. It's like a pretty poppin' neighborhood. We packed that bitch out and I was just like, that moment. And that was like a show because my girl, she's a singer. So she did her full performances. We had other performances. Like it was a full blown show. And it was like the first set, like that experience. I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Like that was it for you. The energy was immaculate. The support, the love, like seeing my fucking logo on the TV screen, like
it really made it real.
Just creating that vibe for people and so many people that I don't know. Like it just felt so right.
No, I mean, and I think another thing I want to contest too, because you had said that pretty much like the little controller and all that. I mean, I always say like when you spend money on the equipment, you might as well fucking do it.
Literally.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Literally. Like, it doesn't matter how little or how much you spent. Like, you have to do it. Yeah. Like, there's no way around it. You have to like at least see it through. You don't want to waste your money. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Like, even if it's fucking $50. $50 was something I was working hard for.
Exactly. But I mean, I just see a lot of people that like spend mad money on something and then do it for a week and then after that
and give up.
It's over with. And it's like, no. Like like that's crazy.
But that's what it is because not everybody has that passion, that fuel that's like behind the things they do. For me, like I've seen a lot of people, even in my city, like after I started DJing, even people would hit me up like, hey, I want to start DJing. Like, what tips do you got? And I thought that was cool that people would see what I was doing and they felt some kind of inspiration or like that's all that shit's about, is
Yeah.
inspiring people. And, you know, a lot of my homies inspire me. Shit, you inspire me, you know? And it's like,
Wow.
that's so important to have people around you that inspire you and make you want to try things and
Yeah.
experience different things. And like I said, it's not just with DJing, with everything, rapping, making beats, being a photographer,
Yeah.
anything.
No, literally.
You know, if you don't have that passion fueled behind it, it's not going to work.
Are we getting a King Inesse DJ course about how to be the best DJ in your area, in the world?
Passion is rule one. That's the key.
word of the day.
Passion. That's the word.
This
interview was brought to you by the word passion.
Nah, I mean, I think I also want to like commend you too, because you do a lot of, you know, all women. Jesus Christ, that was right. You want to do a lot of, you know, women's, you know, all stuff, all women things, and that's very, you know, it's very, very, very different. You know, I mean, a lot of people do it. I mean, there's, you know, ways to do it right and ways to do it wrong. But you know what I'm saying? You're definitely doing it in the right way. And I want to get into what that is. And I'll let you kind of run the
run the show.
Yeah, run the show with that. You know, I don't want to say anything wrong, but I'd rather you give everybody the correct information, especially what you got coming up next. Even though this won't air until after, I still want to, you know, like, you know, it's in the history books. It's going to happen, you think? So
for sure.
The floor is yours.
Absolutely. So that's so funny. We were talking about like my first show. After that first show I did, this was like November 2019. That same fucking night, I went home. I'm like, okay, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
And
the drive. And
I'm like, yeah, I had that thrill, that feeling where I'm like, yes, I'm ready for this. I want to do something. What can I do? And so one thing I kind of realized being in the city of Chicago, that, you know, women are super unrepresented, like compared to men in the music industry, in the nightlife industry, like as DJs, musicians, everything, producers, rappers, like we're swimming in a sea of men, essentially. So when I first started DJing, I kind of felt that way too, because like most of the people I knew that were DJs were men.
Yeah.
And so I even thought, the thought has crossed me, like, damn, I wish I knew a female DJ I could just go to for advice, like, and just have her kind of like help me or guide me, because I don't know, in a way it's just more comforting.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different for sure, because men are at an advantage, at a certain advantage, where sometimes I feel like men are looked at like they're taken more seriously. I feel like in certain aspects, like if a man here's a perfect example. Sometimes to this day, it still happens when I walk into the club with my Telfar bag, which I use as my DJ bag.
Isn't it Teflar? I'm correct.
Telfar?
It's Telfar? Shout out to you.
Did he just try
get me right? No, because I've never known how to say it. I hear people say
he just tried to.
No, I didn't. I heard Teflar. I've heard Teflar, and I've heard what you said.
It's Telfar.
It's Telfar. But never in my life have I known the difference. That's what I was trying to.
I was like, don't embarrass me on national television. Don't.
This one,
show him the Telfeezy.
This will never make it. I'm just letting y'all know.
My twin got the same bag. This is the same bag I use to bring my DJ shit to the club.
That's so crazy. I really didn't know I didn't know that. The more you know.
The more you know.
Anyway, continuing.
Bro, so I bring that bag in there, and then somebody at the door will ask me, like, you're the DJ? Like, oh, are you the DJ? Oh, where's your DJ equipment? Like, don't question me. If I sound the DJ, you should just accept it. But then it's like a man will walk in and sound the DJ. He could walk right in.
Yeah.
But for me, you're asking me like, oh, really? Like, you're the DJ? Let me double check. Or just like little shit like that. Like, that I know that certain like guys don't have to experience. A lot of my homies are DJs. So like, it's definitely a different experience being a woman.
Yeah.
But again, so back to where I started. Sorry, I jumped to a million different things in one story.
But see, a lot of people don't know the difference to that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, no, I think it was good. You know, stop checking her. She wouldn't come and she wasn't working it.
Talk about let me see your equipment, or like your equipment isn't. Where's your equipment? And I'm like, it's in my bag. It's in my purse.
No,
it's in my purse.
Let them know.
Just like that. That's how I do it.
No, right? So.
After that show, that's how I was feeling. Like I was just at the crib brainstorming, like, there's gotta be something. There's gotta be some more to this, something I can do, something I can create to bring women together and uplift women and just really highlight women in the music industry. Like I wanted to show people what I was capable of as a woman and how powerful women are together and united and just empowering each other. It's so important to me. Like, I feel like women deserve all the credit in the world because like we're so raw.
Exactly.
We're so raw. And
Message.
and I'm fueled by amazing women, talented, supportive, loving women. My mom is like a huge example of that. Like, she's like one of the first people I look at and I admire so much, and that makes me like want to thrive and grow better, grow and do better. So I had that whole concept behind behind me, just kind of like, what can I do that highlights, empowers, and supports women and puts them in a positive light where women feel safe and comfortable and they can be them and turn up and have a good time. And for me, like, I've been going to concerts since I can fucking remember. Like, since I was a fucking 9 years old, like sneaking into festivals with my homies in high school, like jumping over fences, like doing anything to see a fucking show. Like,
Yeah.
that's literally my whole childhood is like concerts, shows, and festivals. I'm telling you, like, music is such a big part of my life. And something that I noticed once I started DJing is like, damn, I've been going to these shows and concerts for years, but like, I don't really ever see a woman DJ. Like, damn near never. And especially at a fucking rap show. Especially at a rap show. Like,
I feel like they're getting a little better though.
now they're getting way better.
Yeah,
but when I was younger and I was growing up and I was
Yeah,
12,
yeah,
13, 14,
nah,
15,
never.
16, it was not like that at
It wasn't
all.
happening.
So that's what I was thinking. I'm like, what can I do to kind of just show that as women, we can do it all. We can have that rager, fun, lit, super turn up, and then we can have that classy, chill, like vibe. Like, women can do it all. So I'm like, what can I do to bring that all together? And I thought of the concept of doing like an all women show with like all female performers, bringing out a headliner, having all female DJs, just for women, by women, just creating a space that women feel safe and comfortable and just gonna have a good fucking time. Like, and I felt like we needed that. We deserved something like that. And when I had that idea, I'm like, I gotta do it, but it gotta be big.
Yeah.
So like, I want to do it on a big scale. So I thought of one of the venues that I went to a lot, growing up in high school, going to shows and shit, Avondale Music Hall. And
Avondale.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
a
called
very prestigious
Avondale Music
sounding
Hall.
name.
That's a classic in Chicago. That's like a staple,
Word.
So Speaker Box, shout out Speaker Box. They actually that's one of their venues. Speaker Box are the partners with Lyrical Lemonade. They do Summer Smash.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of my homies, Berto, shout out Berto, big Berto. I had reached out to him like, hey, I have this idea of like an all women's thing. I think it would be super dope to partner with Speaker Box and kind of bring this show to life at this venue, because that was one of the first venues that popped in my head, because it was something that I was already familiar with, and I felt like this would be so dope to compared to all the rap shows and all the shit that I've seen there, and like kind of bringing my vision there, and just like seeing it come to life.
Yeah.
So I hit him up. I told him the idea. We met up. I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. A, B, C, C, D, whatever. What do you think? He was like, dude, let's fucking do it. That's super lit. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we locked in that venue. And then from there, I had a headliner in mind who was Tay Money.
So how did you meet Tay Money?
Okay, so I actually met Tay at Summer Smash a couple years back. And I just went up to her straight up. And I was like, dude, I fucking love you. I love what you have going on. You're killing it. Let's tap in, I gotta let a girl know when she popping her shit. Yeah. And so, we ended up being cool, and I just hit her and I was like, dude, I have this great idea and you are a vision for it. I think you embody this concept that I have, and I think that you would be a great person to bring out. So let me know if you're down. And she was like totally down with it. So we made it happen, and she came out to Chicago. I felt so special. Like,
she's not from
came
Chicago?
out for me. No, she's from Texas. My girl,
Really?
big Texas girl.
I did not know that. It was like I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, she's the sweetest. She's so cute. I love her. She has like her cute little Texas accent.
Shout out to Tay Money.
Oh, shout out Tay Money.
But yeah,
girl, you are everything. Love you so much.
So I mean, and then after you doing that, then you were saying.
So we made it happen, locked in A, B, and C. Okay, so we got the plan situated. So all we had to do was keep it in motion. So I had a team with me. I had the people around me, my close friends in that moment of time, whoever I had reached out else to be on the lineup. I had a few other girls on the lineup, had some female DJs on there. Kind of just had to put all the pieces together as you have to do for everything. So put the pieces together for this show, for this event, for the marketing, for the promotion.
Marketing is the most important part.
Yes, and the marketing was really, really good. Actually, we had teamed up with Vera, which is a Latina-owned marketing company in Chicago. She's Chicago-based. We teamed up with her. We gave her the idea. I had actually already known her through like a personal connection, and I went to her. Her team went crazy on our marketing. If you guys check out at the Girls Weekend on Instagram, look through that profile and tell me that shit ain't fire.
She threw the lip gloss.
Because they did what they had to do with that marketing and promo.
She's serious. Really not.
They did what they had to do. I'm very thankful. The execution of it was so great. It came out even better than I imagined.
And then
everyone that was a part of the project, I am so thankful for. That was like one of the best things I have ever created to this day. I'm so proud of it. That's my baby.
Yeah, no,
Girls Weekend is my little baby.
As it should be. I mean, and especially because of how you're going about it and, what it's growing into. And, the first one being that legendary with all those people on it. And I know you got, the Valentine's thing that you're doing now. Kind of talk about that too.
So,
because I told you about that right as I seen it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. This past year, I've learned a lot in terms of just like DJing and being booked at certain places and just the way this shit works, just my way around it.
The business part of it.
The business part of it, exactly. And something I really wanted to start doing this year in the year of 2022 is I told myself I really want to do my own events. I want them to be King Inesse Presents, I want this to be based around kind of like my concept of something and, a similar group that I'm targeting,
your world.
Rather than just like this company presents and I'm just on the time, on the
lineup,
on the bill, you know what I'm saying? So,
bill, please.
Right. So I started the year and I was like, I'm going to start the year off with a bang.
I don't know why I'm coughing.
Look at you. You didn't even smoke.
I think it's because I breathed in like half your backwoods, so I'm just getting all the contact from it. That's great though. Anyway, continue.
Sheesh. I'm sorry. I feel
backwood
so bad
monsters.
Now.
No, what are you? I'm good.
I was like, now you secondhand smoking.
No, it's not even that. I'm like low ball allergic to ducks, so it's like there's like I'm
not
dying.
The combination.
I'm dying, but it's okay. We're here to make it make sense.
It's okay. I love you. I'm so glad you're doing this.
We're here.
We're here.
So again, you were saying, keep getting off track. We're just such tangents.
I love it.
Going on,
just people. Bouncing off each other.
Exactly. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Good organic.
We're having a good time.
Exactly. So so you were saying the whole, wanting to throw your own stuff because you're doing a lot of, you threw the Y2K thing too before you got here.
Definitely, which was fucking fire. So I started off the year with a bang. I was like, I really been wanting to do a Y2K party for so long because, like I was telling Timm earlier, I was so influenced by like the early 2000s pop culture. Oh my fucking God. Like Justin Timberlake, Nelly Furtado, Timbaland, like that era was my everything. That's what I grew up off. And, Fergie, Black Eyed Peas, like just looking at all of this and taking all of it in, the music, the outfits, the events, the MTV awards, like every aspect of it. It was so intriguing for me. Like it left such an imprint on me in terms of everything. Like in terms of music and the way I dress, the way I talk, everything, So I'm really, really thankful to like grow up, like to have been able to experience so much and like learn so much and have that around me from like my family, my friends, everybody. So like I said, being so heavily influenced like from that 2000s prime pop culture era, I felt like it's only right if I pay homage to it and kind of do my own series of throwback parties. So I wanted to start off with a Y2K party, and I had a vision of how I kind of wanted it to be. I kind of wanted it to be more so like intimate and just different from a club setting because I DJ a lot at clubs and sometimes I just be tired of that vibe. It's not really as intimate, and I like that intimacy of being able to mingle with other creative people and interact. Bro, I feel so bad.
Why am I dying? What is going on? And
all because of the wood.
I don't think it's the wood. I don't know what it is. Yo, anyway.
Drink the water.
I'm about to, but I want you to finish before I start drinking this water. But
It better not be the woods.
That one's fault. Anyway, continuing. So you're saying, but anyway, continue. Sorry for interrupting you. Jesus
It's
Christ.
okay.
Over here fucking just
as
having
long
a
as you
ball.
don't pass out like on the floor right now from your coughing,
Nah,
we'll be fine.
impossible.
We'll get her done.
Impossible. Anyway.
We'll get through it. We'll get through it. Anyways, so I was like, I really want to do a series of throwback parties and kick it off with a Y2K event and just kind of pay homage to that whole era. And I had a vision for it. I wanted it to be real intimate, just something different from the club because I'd be real tired of that vibe sometimes because like I said, it's not as intimate and I wanted people to be able to mingle with each other and get to meet other creatives and, just have a more sensual vibe. Like that's the vibe I wanted to emulate. So I actually reached out to one of the event coordinators at Ace Hotel and shout out Ace Hotel Chicago.
Ace Hotel, yeah, because that's Dude, pretty prominent.
Yes, absolutely. It's speaking of Virgil, he actually did a couple sets at Ace Hotel, so like that's so crazy.
Makes even more sense.
We were just talking about it, and it's like that's something that's that's things I only imagine to be able to accomplish, like playing in venues that icons where it really is a full circle moment. It's really a full circle moment.
You get to, in retrospect, you get to feel how they feel, so you get to see it, so no matter what part of the career that they did it in, it's
exactly.
Still like...
It's beautiful. It's awesome. So I reached out to the event coordinator at Ace Hotel and we just took it from there. I told her my idea. She was super excited about it. She's like, let's fucking do this. Sounds so dope. And we just took it from there, kept the ball rolling. I didn't really do any crazy promo for it, but we had a super dope flyer that my girl Bambi Studios, she made that. She's actually my creative partner. She helps me a lot with like graphic design and she actually helped me.
I'm about to say, do you do all your own designs or
no, I fucking suck at graphic design. That's something I really want to learn. That's something I want to learn to at least be able to maneuver through, like Photoshop and shit. Because waiting on people to get shit done is the fucking worst thing in the world.
Man, preach. Say it again.
I did not think it was going to be this bad till I got to the point where I had to rely on other people for things in a timely manner. Oh, man.
Timely manner is the most important part of that sentence. Niggas ain't doing shit on time.
Oh
like, it doesn't matter what. I'm telling you,
a deadline.
I go to Fiverr for everything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to resort to, if I want something in a day or so.
Bro, that really might be the vibe.
I'm giving somebody, fucking $20 more to make sure it gets done on time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
At least we gonna get it done on time.
Yeah, it's gonna be what I want to. You know what I'm saying? So, amen, say man. It is what it is.
You might have just put me on.
Telling you, that app, man.
Not sponsored by Fiverr though.
Not sponsored by Fiverr,
but if you want to sponsor us, we can talk. We can talk about it.
Please. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so you went ahead, did the Ace Hotel thing, everything
super smooth.
My God. Now you coughing too.
Oh my God, what is going on?
But I'm just saying, so no, everything went smooth with that. Things worked out. Things was fire.
Thankfully, blessed.
You're working on the next thing for like I said, for everything else. And since you're gonna be a series, there's gonna be more of these parties. When is it gonna be the one in LA?
The question of the interview.
Come on. I want a date, actually. I want a date to know when the next one is, so we have the date.
This is an exciting question because this is like another full circle moment because young me, I love you so much. Thank you. Oh my God. I feel so special.
Why am I dying?
Yeah.
My Lord.
Water always gonna hit every time.
It is, but I'm just trying, like... It's all of us. It's all of us. Shut your dumb ass.
This is too much.
Anyway, it's not gonna be in there.
All right, Timothy.
Shut your dumb ass up. We over there, and you the reason why this is happening. Anyway,
sheesh.
We're taking a water break.
All right, water break over.
Yeah, you were saying so.
Sheesh. Where was we at?
When are you coming out here to do this?
Oh, right. Okay, this is another full circle moment because little me, who would always come to LA and not do anything, just ride around in the palm trees and walk down Hollywood with my friends, like 13 years old, just walking around like, oh my God, I want to do things always in LA. I want to live in LA. So it's
Yeah.
always been, I've always wanted to do something here for sure. And I feel like we always wait to be comfortable to do things.
Yeah.
And I'm a big person who's like, I like to be comfortable to do things, but I also know that you're never going to be ready to do something.
No.
It's the same thing with DJing. Like, I kind of noticed there was a certain point where I kept saying, I'm going to buy a controller. I'm going to teach myself. And then a couple months went past.
Yeah.
I'm like, So one day I just sat down and I was on my couch and I was like, dude, I got to fucking do it. Like, I'm just going to order this shit and just take it from there and see how this shit goes. So,
like, it's time.
yeah,
It's time to actually stop
right.
talking about it.
You're never going to you're not going to get a sign one day that's like, hey, you're ready to do this and this
No,
and this.
you just gotta.
Because even if I see it, I'm be like, what does that sign really mean, though?
You gotta feel.
Right.
I can't even laugh. I'm so fucking tight. Anyway, continuing. But no, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're impulses. I mean, less signs, more impulses. Like, it's get up and do it. Or, you know what I'm saying? You might, it's.
Yes, for sure.
But you evaded the question.
No, but I'm getting there. So what I'm saying is, like, I feel like now, the past year, I've really been doing this thing where I don't wait to be comfortable to do something. I just do it. So that being said, I don't think I'm gonna wait to be comfortable to do something out here. I think I'm gonna just do it. So I think as soon as I get back home, this is how it's gonna go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get back home.
The rundown.
And I'm already feeling super inspired just from this little ass trip. So I'm gonna get back home and I'm gonna be grind mode. Like, I can't do it here. I can't be pushing my car out the snow. Something's gotta give. So I gotta figure out a game plan.
Not the snow. Not the snow. Fuck that.
Because that's how I'm living right now. And just being in the sun just is a whole different vibe. I'm going to just say that. As much as I love my city so fucking much. Come on. I was in a bikini at the beach on February 6th. Or whatever the fucking day it is. That being said, I'm going to go home and I'm going to hit Timm up and we're going to get the ball rolling.
And figure it out.
And we're going to get the fucking ball rolling and I will be back very, very soon.
I got like 6 people in mind. We can really make this
No,
happen.
because if we do some shit, it's going to be so hot.
It has to be.
It's going to be so hot.
It has to be.
Like, that's just how I do things.
It has to be.
It will be. It already is.
That's what we like to hear.
That's how I'm feeling.
That's how you should feel.
That's literally how I'm feeling. So I just feel like that's the move now. That's what we got.
This is all we get for today. We're going to do one before we do our thing. But I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me,
I
dude.
coughed through half of it. I apologize.
I love you.
I'm dying.
I'm glad you're okay.
I hope so. But anyway, I appreciate you so much. This has been extremely rare. Please tell me that was recording.
I really like to use.
Saying I'm up next, but